What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Fast. Today, let's get started with Stipe Miocic is confident heading into his showdown with Jon Jones. Stipe Miocic exudes confidence as he prepares for his highly anticipated showdown with Jon Jones. Heading into their UFC 309 heavyweight title fight at Madison Square Garden, Miocic feels secure in his abilities and isn't showing any worry. Jones is heavily favored to win, but Miocic, a former UFC heavyweight champion, is ready to prove his doubters wrong. In a recent appearance on BS with Jake Paul, Miocic discussed his mindset as the fight approaches. He's maintained a quiet focus, emphasizing his dedication to his training and his desire to stay mentally prepared. I'm excited, honestly. It's finally here. It was supposed to happen last year, but an injury took it away. Now we're 3 weeks out. I'm ready. I keep quiet and stay focused on the task at hand, just worrying about my fight. That's all I focus on. Jon Jones does a lot of things well, but I have great coaches and teammates who prepare me for whatever happens. I'm not going to wait to see what he's going to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. Khamzat Chimaev's calm side before Robert Whittaker showdown surprised Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns was surprised to see Khamzat Chimaev playing the nice guy ahead of his UFC 308 fight against Robert Whittaker. Burns was respectful, did not trash talk either. On the contrary, Chimaev praised Whittaker a few times before breaking his jaw in the octagon. The fact that Chimaev let his fists do the talking in the actual bout and behaved rather well in the build-up, refraining from his usual antics to rile things up, left Burns confused. Gilbert had to decipher the change in Chimaev, regardless of whether it was a refreshing or not. I'm a nice guy too. He was chest out all the time, looking to me, sizing me up. I just think for the Whittaker fight, he just tried to be more calm. A lot of people was doubting him. Going into UFC 308, there was a lot of doubt about Chimaev's form. It seemed that people were starting to lose faith in Burns and his fight credentials. Perhaps that was the reason why he didn't do any talking, but let his performance convey a larger message. Another reason, a big one, is the maturity he finds himself with after becoming a father. Chimaev himself stated that fatherhood changed him a lot. Magomed Ankalaev accuses Alex Pereira of running. Magomed Ankalaev recently blasted Alex Pereira and accused him of ducking him after it was reported that a light heavyweight title fight is not currently being discussed. The initial speculation regarding a light heavyweight title fight began after Belal Muhammad was forced to withdraw from his welterweight title main event against Shavkat Rakhmonov at UFC 310. As a result, the promotion will need a suitable replacement, and Ankalaev immediately pushed for Pereira to answer the call and save the event. Ankalaev mentioned that Pereira keeps avoiding a bout against him and even offered a rematch should he defeat him in a short-notice main event. Alex, keep running. I'm gonna beat Alex and I will give him immediate rematches he deserves. I will stop him back-to-back Chama. Dricus Du Plessis spoke about Khamzat Chimaev. If Dricus Du Plessis can add Khamzat Chimaev's name to his resume, he's expecting big things. Middleweight champion Dricus Du Plessis was angling to run things back with Sean Strickland for his next title defense, but after Chimaev ran through Robert Whittaker for a first-round submission this past Saturday at UFC 308, he's now interested in undefeated Burns. With his past 3 wins coming over, Whittaker, Strickland, and Israel Adesanya, Du Plessis thinks handing Khamzat his first career loss should set him up for a shot at the light heavyweight title, preferably in his home country of South Africa. Du Plessis clarifies he'll fight whoever the UFC offers, but after Chimaev's impressive finish of Whittaker, the champion says that's who the fans are clamoring for him to fight. If I beat Robert Whittaker, then I beat Sean Strickland, then I beat Israel Adesanya, then I beat Khamzat Chimaev. That warrants a double title fight, and I think that might just be it. I have a vision, and I can't picture something more perfect than that. But to be completely honest, I do not care who it is. South Africa would go crazy no matter who I fight. At the end of the day, there's a goal that needs to be reached, and that is fighting in my home country and getting that second belt. To do those on the same night, that would be pretty sweet. Derrick Lewis sees a quick fight in favor of Jon Jones. Derrick Lewis is paying close attention to the upcoming heavyweight title fight between Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic. Heading into the fight, Jones is heavily favored to defeat the former UFC heavyweight champion, and Lewis agrees with the odds. In an interview with MMA Junkie, Lewis shared his prediction for the bout, believing that Jones will finish Miocic in the first round. I think Jones will beat him in the first round. It's crazy to see so many people disrespect Jones like that, like he isn't the GOAT for real. A lot of people keep throwing around these GOAT terms and this and that. Jones has been doing this for so many years at the highest level, taking on top-ranked guys. Even though he's had trouble outside of the UFC, people don't understand it's 80% mental going into these fights, and only about 20% physical. If you don't have the mentality going into these fights, you're not going to do well. For him to be dealing with all he's been through and still beating these top guys, it says a lot. Beneil Dariush contemplates move to welterweight amid UFC hiatus. UFC lightweight contender Beneil Dariush is in a weird spot as he prepares for his return. The 35-year-old hasn't been seen in the cage since last December. In the main event of UFC Austin, Beneil Dariush was handed a brutal first-round knockout defeat by Arman Tsarukyan. The defeat was the lightweight's second in a row, previously being knocked out by Charles Oliveira in the summer. Since then, Beneil Dariush has been put on the shelf. However, the Iranian fighter has no plans of stopping anytime soon. Speaking in a recent interview, Dariush discussed his plans to return. There, the UFC lightweight contender admitted that he was hoping to get at least one fight in this year. However, due to a variety of factors, that didn't come to fruition. As a result, Beneil Dariush is preparing for a return to the cage early next year. Furthermore, it seems that his next bout could come at 170 pounds. It's been challenging, and it's just weird, you know? I understand you'll have your ups and downs, so I had my ups for a while, and now I'm kinda down, but just not to be able to fight has been weird. I even considered going to 170 just so I can fight more often, but I don't think I'm done with 155 yet, so I've been trying to really focus on recovery as far as the brain injuries and stuff like that. I want to make sure when I get back into the octagon, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Michael Bisping sees new life for Max Holloway at lightweight. Holloway failed to regain the featherweight title when he was knocked out by champion Ilia Topuria this past Saturday in the UFC 308 headliner. Prior to the Topuria loss, Holloway scored an iconic last-second knockout of Justin Gaethje to capture the BMF title at UFC 300. The win placed him number 5 in the UFC's lightweight rankings, and that's where Bisping thinks Holloway should put all of his focus moving forward. Holloway himself appears to have acknowledged that a move back up to lightweight is the best next step for him. The time is done, you're getting older, the weight cut's tougher, you've had a couple of losses, you almost became the champion again. You looked incredible against Justin Gaethje, you took his shots, you knocked him out cold. He's ranked number 5 at lightweight. There's a lot of fun fights for Holloway at 155 pounds. There's Dan, there's Dustin, there's Justin, there's Charles, which by the way, them 3 would all be rematches, which is wild. Tom Aspinall has some big plans for UFC 309. The Brit will be a part of the card since he is the replacement fighter for the main event. In an ideal world for him, he would have been the one to take on Jon Jones for the title. However, both Jones and Miocic have been looking to fight each other for years now and could be fighting for the last time at UFC 309. Jones has hinted at retiring after his UFC 309 fight multiple times, but Aspinall has plans to try and make the best of what he can do of the situation. The way he will do that is simple. Just cause as much ruckus as possible during the UFC 309 fight week, at press conferences, and even during fights, so that his antics create enough noise for the winner of the fight to accept his challenge for a title bout. Turn up, do some media, cause a few scenes here and there, and try and make the winner stick around and fight me hopefully. Just see what happens really. However, Aspinall also admitted that he is really excited to see what both fighters are like inside the octagon. He wants to see their movements and striking potential to gauge their potential in case he really gets an opportunity to fight one of them.